12 signs of vitamin D deficiency. Sun power, vitamin D in you. Vitamin D is often referred to as the sunshine vitamin because it is produced in the skin in response to sunlight exposure. This essential nutrient plays a crucial role in maintaining our overall health and well-being. However, despite its importance, many people around the world suffer from vitamin D deficiency. In this video, we will explore 12 common signs of vitamin D deficiency and why it's essential to address this issue. 1. Fatigue and weakness. Feeling tired and weak can be a common early sign of vitamin D deficiency. When your body lacks adequate vitamin D, it can lead to muscle weakness and an overall sense of fatigue. If you find yourself constantly drained and without energy, consider checking your vitamin D levels. 2. Bone and back pain. Vitamin D is vital for maintaining strong bones, as it helps your body absorb calcium. A deficiency in this nutrient can lead to bone and back pain, which may be attributed to conditions like osteoporosis or osteomalacia. These conditions weaken the bones and can make them more susceptible to fractures. 3. Impaired wound healing. Vitamin D is also crucial for the healing of wounds. If you notice that your wounds are taking longer to heal than usual, it could be a sign of a deficiency. Proper levels of vitamin D are necessary for the body's natural healing processes. 4. Hair loss. Although hair loss can be attributed to a variety of factors, including genetics and stress, vitamin D deficiency may also play a role. Research suggests that a lack of vitamin D can lead to hair loss and even baldness in some cases. 5. Muscle pain. Chronic muscle pain, also known as myalgia, can be linked to insufficient levels of vitamin D. Muscle pain is often mistaken for fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome. A simple blood test can help determine if vitamin D deficiency is the root cause. 6. Mood changes. Vitamin D is essential for brain health, and its deficiency has been associated with mood disorders, such as depression and seasonal affective disorder, SAD. If you're experiencing persistent feelings of sadness or mood swings, consider getting your vitamin D levels checked. 7. Decreased immune function. Adequate vitamin D levels are essential for a robust immune system. A deficiency can weaken your immune response, making you more susceptible to infections and illnesses. Ensuring your vitamin D levels are optimal can help fortify your body's natural defenses. 8. Slow cognitive function. Studies have suggested that there may be a link between vitamin D deficiency and cognitive decline. People with low vitamin D levels may be at a higher risk of conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Maintaining adequate vitamin D levels is essential for cognitive health. 9. Digestive problems. Vitamin D deficiency has been linked to digestive issues, such as irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, and inflammatory bowel disease, IBD. These conditions can make it harder for your body to absorb nutrients, including vitamin D. 10. High blood pressure. Some research has suggested that low levels of vitamin D may be associated with high blood pressure. Adequate vitamin D is crucial for maintaining a healthy cardiovascular system. If you have hypertension, consider discussing your vitamin D levels with your healthcare provider. 11. Weight gain. Vitamin D deficiency has also been linked to weight gain and obesity. Researchers believe that a lack of vitamin D may lead to increased fat accumulation and decreased metabolism. Maintaining sufficient levels of vitamin D is essential for weight management. 12. Frequent infections. If you find yourself falling sick often, it may be due to vitamin D deficiency. As mentioned earlier, vitamin D plays a significant role in supporting your immune system. A weakened immune system can lead to frequent infections. Vitamin D deficiency is more common than you might think, and its impact on our health is far-reaching. If you're experiencing any of these signs, it's important to consult with a healthcare professional to assess your vitamin D levels. Most cases of deficiency can be easily treated with supplements or dietary changes. Ensuring you have adequate vitamin D is crucial for maintaining overall health and well-being. So be proactive in addressing this issue and taking steps to rectify it. If you found value so far in this video, please give it a thumbs up. like and subscribe to support this channel, it will be appreciated. Please share across social media platforms to reach a wider audience. The recommended daily intake of vitamin D can vary depending on age, sex, life stage, and individual needs. However, the general recommended daily intake levels for vitamin D are as follows. As of my last knowledge update in September 2021. 1. Infants. 0 to 12 months. 400 to 1000 international units, IU, per day. 2. Children and adolescents. 1 to 18 years, 600 to 1000 IU per day. 3. Adults. 19 to 70 years, 600 to 800 IU per day. Over 70 years, 800 to 1000 IU per day. 4. Pregnant and breastfeeding women. Pregnant and breastfeeding women often require higher amounts of vitamin D. Typically in the range of 600 to 4000 IU per day, depending on individual circumstances. It's essential to consult with a healthcare provider to determine the appropriate dosage during pregnancy and lactation. It's important to note that these recommendations are general guidelines and may not be suitable for everyone. Factors such as skin type, sun exposure, geographical location, and individual health conditions can affect the body's ability to produce and absorb vitamin D. Some individuals may require higher or lower levels of supplementation based on their specific circumstances. Vitamin D can be obtained through dietary sources, exposure to sunlight, and supplements. If you have concerns about your vitamin D intake or suspect a deficiency, it's advisable to consult with a healthcare professional for personalized guidance, and to potentially have your vitamin D levels tested. They can provide recommendations tailored to your specific needs. Here's more information on food sources of vitamin D and recommendations for supplements to address deficiency. Food sources rich in vitamin D. 1. Fatty fish. Fatty fish are among the best dietary sources of vitamin D. Examples include salmon, mackerel, trout, and sardines. A 3.5-ounce, 100-gram, serving of cooked salmon can provide approximately 570 to 600 IU of vitamin D. 2. Cod liver oil. A single tablespoon of cod liver oil can contain up to 1,360 IU of vitamin D, making it one of the most concentrated sources. 3. Mushrooms. Some types of mushrooms, such as shiitake and maitake, have naturally occurring vitamin D when exposed to UV light. Around 1 cup of sliced, exposed to sunlight mushrooms can provide up to 400 IU. 4. Egg yolks. The yolk of one large egg contains about 40 IU of vitamin D. Keep in mind that this vitamin D content varies depending on the diet of the hens. 5. Fortified foods. Many foods are fortified with vitamin D, including dairy products, milk, yogurt, orange juice, and breakfast cereals. The vitamin D content of fortified foods can vary, so check the nutrition label to determine the amount per serving. Supplements to address deficiency. In cases where dietary sources and sunlight exposure aren't sufficient to meet your vitamin D needs, supplements can be an effective way to address deficiency. Here are some recommendations. 1. Vitamin D3 supplements. Vitamin D3, also known as cholecalciferol, is the most effective form of supplementation. It is similar to the form of vitamin D produced by the skin when exposed to sunlight. Supplements typically come in various dosages, such as 1000 IU, 2000 IU, 5000 IU, and more. The appropriate dosage depends on your individual needs and should be determined by a healthcare provider. 2. Prescription supplements. For severe vitamin D deficiency or specific medical conditions, your healthcare provider may recommend higher dose prescription vitamin D supplements to be taken under their supervision. 3. Multivitamins. Some multivitamin supplements include vitamin D. However, the amount of multivitamins is often lower than what may be needed for those with known deficiencies. So it's important to check the label for the exact vitamin D content. 4. Consult a healthcare provider. If you suspect a vitamin D deficiency or need guidance on supplementation, it's crucial to consult a healthcare provider. They can assess your vitamin D levels through a blood test and recommend the appropriate supplement dosage based on your health, lifestyle, and dietary factors. It's important to note that while supplements can be beneficial in addressing deficiencies, they should be used judiciously and under the guidance of a healthcare professional. Overconsumption of vitamin D can lead to toxicity, which can have adverse health effects. Therefore, it's crucial to strike a balance and ensure that you're meeting your vitamin D needs through a combination of sunlight, diet, and supplements when necessary. The importance of vitamin D can vary for different population groups, and its role becomes especially critical for certain groups such as older adults and pregnant women. Here's more information on the significance of vitamin D for these specific populations. 1. Older adults. As individuals age, their bodies may become less efficient at producing and utilizing vitamin D. This can lead to an increased risk of vitamin D deficiency in older adults. The following points highlight the importance of vitamin D for this population. Bone health. Vitamin D is essential for calcium absorption and bone health. In older adults, a deficiency in vitamin D can contribute to the development of osteoporosis, a condition characterized by weakened and brittle bones. This can significantly increase the risk of fractures and falls, which can have severe consequences for the elderly. Muscle strength. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in maintaining muscle strength and function. Weak muscles can lead to a higher likelihood of falls and fractures in older adults. Immune health. Maintaining adequate vitamin D levels is essential for supporting the immune system. In older individuals, a strong immune response is crucial for warding off infections and diseases that can have more severe consequences in aging populations. 2. Pregnant women. Pregnant women have unique vitamin D needs due to the crucial role this nutrient plays in both maternal and fetal health. Fetal development. Vitamin D is essential for the proper development of the baby's bones and teeth. A deficiency during pregnancy can increase the risk of skeletal problems in the newborn. Preeclampsia prevention. Adequate vitamin D levels may help reduce the risk of developing preeclampsia, a condition characterized by high blood pressure during pregnancy, which can be harmful to both the mother and the baby. Immune system support. A well-functioning immune system during pregnancy is essential for the health of both the mother and the developing fetus. Vitamin D can help support the immune system. Mood and mental health. There is emerging research on the potential role of vitamin D in maternal mental health during and after pregnancy. Adequate levels may help reduce the risk of mood disorders. Breastfeeding. For breastfeeding mothers, maintaining sufficient vitamin D levels is important, because breast milk may not provide an adequate amount of the nutrient to meet the infant's needs. Older adults and pregnant women need to work closely with healthcare providers to monitor their vitamin D levels and ensure that they are meeting their unique needs through a combination of sunlight exposure, dietary sources, and supplements when necessary. Healthcare providers can recommend appropriate supplementation based on individual health and circumstances, helping to safeguard the health of both these vulnerable populations. Sunlight exposure is a primary means by which our bodies naturally produce vitamin D. Here's more information on the role of sunlight exposure in vitamin D production and some tips for safe sun exposure. Role of sunlight exposure in vitamin D production. When your skin is exposed to ultraviolet B, UVB, radiation from the sun, a chemical reaction occurs in the skin that converts a compound called 7-dehydrocholesterol into vitamin D3, also known as cholecalciferol. This vitamin D3 is then transported to the liver and kidneys, where it is further converted into its active form, which the body can use for various functions. Here's how sunlight exposure contributes to this process. UVB rays. UVB rays are responsible for triggering the conversion of 7-dehydrocholesterol into vitamin D3 in the skin. UVB rays are most abundant when the sun is higher in the sky, typically between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Skin color. The amount of melanin in your skin affects how much UVB radiation is absorbed. People with darker skin may require more time in the sun to produce the same amount of vitamin D as those with lighter skin. Latitude and season. Your geographical location and the time of year also impact the intensity of UVB radiation. Those who live at higher latitudes, farther from the equator, may receive less sunlight during certain seasons, potentially increasing the risk of vitamin D deficiency. Tips for safe sun exposure. While sunlight exposure is essential for vitamin D production, it's crucial to be mindful of safe sun exposure practices to prevent skin damage, such as sunburn and skin cancer. Here are some tips for safely maximizing your vitamin D synthesis from the sun. 1. Choose the right time. Opt for sun exposure during the midday hours when UVB rays are most abundant. However, it's important to balance this with the risk of sunburn, which varies by skin type and location. 2. Limit exposure time. The amount of time you need to spend in the sun varies based on factors like skin type, location, and season. Start with 10–15 minutes of sun exposure on the arms, face, and legs a few times a week and adjust based on your skin's reaction. 3. Use sunscreen when necessary. If you plan to be in the sun for an extended period or if your skin is sensitive to sunburn, consider using sunscreen. Keep in mind that sunscreen with a high SPF can reduce vitamin D production. A balance is essential. 4. Expose more skin. The more skin exposed, the more vitamin D you can produce. Wear clothing that allows for more skin exposure while ensuring you're comfortable and protected. 5. Stay hydrated. Proper hydration is essential when spending time in the sun. Drink water to prevent dehydration and overheating. 6. Regularly monitor skin. Pay attention to any changes in your skin, such as the development of moles or unusual spots. If you notice any irregularities, consult a dermatologist. 7. Consult a healthcare provider. If you're concerned about your vitamin D levels or the amount of sun exposure needed for your specific circumstances, it's advisable to consult with a healthcare provider who can provide personalized guidance. Balancing the benefits of vitamin D production with the potential risks of excessive sun exposure is key to safely enjoying the sun while maintaining your health. Always prioritize sun safety and adapt your sun exposure habits to your individual needs and environment. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to our channel for more self-improvement videos. Comment below to tell us how useful you found this video. Don't forget to share on various social media platforms to reach a wider audience. Click the notification bell to get notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.